Welcome to the Fall Excel. This is live number 2. Thank you for joining me. Merry Christmas, everyone. Hope you all are well. Hope you have gotten out to do your shopping. Please be safe this holiday season. All right, everyone. I've got some juicy topics for you all. This is Grown Folks Hour, and we will be discussing grown folks commentary subject matter during this live stream. Please be respectful in your text texting in the chat. Describe the situation to the best of your ability in a very dignified manner. Thank you so much. The link is in the chat. If you are somewhere cozy, comfortable, and you can have a grown folks discussion without offending anyone, feel free to hit the link, come up on the panel. You do not have to show yourself and give your opinion pertaining to the subject matter at hand. Also, if you'd like to donate to this channel, the Cash App information is in the chat. If you'd like to give a Christmas donation and or a channel donation, thank you so very much. We're going to start off with the most juicy topic for this hour. This is for the ladies. What would you do if you contracted an STD from your husband? Some of you may have to think long and hard about that. What Would You Do is also an extension of the Vault XL, and I also have Your Crazy America, where I bring you crazy commentary pertaining to outrageous things that people have done here in America that has made breaking news. So I have 2 installments, Your Crazy America and What Would You Do? Take the polls on my community page. Every topic discussed during this live is already a poll on my community page. So far, 7 people voted on this subject matter. You catch an STD, what do you do, ladies? 86% of you said you would leave your husband. 14% of you said you would stay. Wow. 0 for not sure. 7 people voted. 1 person has commented. Well, I don't see their comment now. Thank you for voting. Please, please. Take the polls on my community page. My second movie of the week is The Pass. It is a movie starring Drew Sidora, Candy Burris. Both of them were on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And Candy's soon-to-be ex-husband produced this movie called The Pass. So I want you all to check it out if you haven't watched it already. It is free on Tubi, and I think also there's a free installment of the movie in the YouTube queue. My first movie of the week is The Swerve. It's also free on Tubi. Check it out. The Swerve and The Pass. These are my 2 movies so far for your enjoyment. For those of you who don't have to work, feel free to turn those movies on tonight. Snuggle up under your covers with a nice glass of Chardonnay and enjoy yourselves. Thank you so much. Hello, Patricia. How are you? Merry Christmas. What would you do, ladies? You go to the doctor, you found something nondescript in your underpants, and you realize this doesn't look good, don't smell good. You get a checkup, and the OBGYN nurse practitioner says you have contracted an STD. I should have asked, do you confront your husband? That's another question. Do you confront him, then leave, then stay? Beat him up, hit him over the head with a frying pan? God forbid you do something worse. What do you do? Question number 1. I also will make shorts on these said commentary. I'll probably do them tomorrow after I do my hair. So I'm going to do my hair later tonight. But I'll probably show myself for these commentary. What would you do, ladies? You contract an STD. You know it came from your husband. You have not been cheating. You have not been canoodling with any other men. What do you do? Do you confront him? Do you stay silent? I need to ask that question because some women may not say anything. Some may not say anything. Now somebody else has voted Oh, this is another question I have. Hold on, let's see. So yes, there's still 7 people voted. 86% of you said you would leave. Next question. The movie The Pass is about a woman giving her husband a pass to have an affair. So I ask you all, would you give your husband a pass to cheat? 4 people voted. All 4 said no. Okay. Would you date a man who does not have a job? Weigh in. Thank you, sweetheart. Would you date a man who does not have a job? Weigh in and also go to my community page and take the poll. Would you date a man who does not have a job? 4 people voted. 25% said yes. 75% of you said no. And then not sure were 0%. I dated when he got one, 0%. So basically, that's 3 of you voted no, you wouldn't. 1 person said yes, they would. Take the poll, everybody. Take the poll. That's the guy said, well, she left us out of this one. I'll get to you guys one day. I'll get to you guys one day too. Would you date a man who has a job, but he sleeps in his car? Dicey. Nice guy. Seems nice. But he tells you, hey, I don't have a place to live. I don't have an apartment. I don't have a home. I'm sleeping in my car, but I do work. Weigh in, ladies. Would you date him? Go out on a date? Naturally, all your dates are going to be in public places and your place, because naturally you don't want to go sit in someone's car, summertime or winter. So would you date a guy who has a job, but he sleeps in his car? Weigh in. Hope you're enjoying the lovely music in the background. Would you date a man who has a woman? Hey, I got a girlfriend, but I like you. I'm attracted to you. Would you date him anyway? Now, I've heard a few people over the years say that even a man with a woman is free for the taking because he's not married. Do you agree with that? I'm going to put that on a poll as well. Because I heard some women say that. Well, so long as he's not married to her, go for it. What do you think? Would you date a man who has a woman? 4 people voted, and all of you ladies said no. You would not date a guy who has a woman. All righty now. Here is another question I have for you all. This is a very interesting one as well. Would you date a man who slept place to place, either living with a man or a woman, had a job or no job? So basically what I'm saying is this guy is pillar to post. He does not have his own place, but he's going from place to place, sleeping, home to home, house to house, apartment to apartment, moving in with this joker. It don't work out with him. He goes and stays with this woman. It don't work out with her. Then he goes over to this other lady's house and stays with her. He's just jumping, hopping from place to place. He has a job, don't have a job. Would you date him? Very tricky question, because I left it open with job and no job. So basically, would you date a couch surfer with or without a job? 17% said yes. 83% said no. 6 ladies voted. Wow, 17%. Very interesting. So that's probably one or 2 people said they would date a guy who lived place to place, either with a man or a woman. You don't even know what the hell's going on. Could be a roommate situation. He could be bisexual, or it's a woman. You don't know if he's sleeping with her, dating her. You date him anyway. Hot damn. All righty now. Those are my questions. I'm going to go ahead and put these other questions on the poll as well. I guess I'll say, is it right to pursue a man who has a woman? I'll just put some say, so long as he's not married. He is free for the taking. Take the polls, everybody. Weigh in. You will have three options: yes, no, and not sure. Well, Patricia, you're not saying anything. No commentary from Miss Pat tonight. Nobody wants to come up on the panel either. Okay. So I put that on the poll on the community page as well. Is it right to pursue a man who has a woman? Some say he's free for the taking. He's right for the taking because he is not married. Do you agree? Yes or no? Not sure. Take the poll, everybody. Would you date a man that lived from place to place, whether it was with a man or woman, whomever? Mama, sister, cousin, friend, neighbor, sleeps here, there, motels, wherever. Would you date him with or without a job? Once again, would you date a man who has a woman? Weigh in. Take the polls. 100% of you said no, you would not. Would you date a man who sleeps in his car? 8 women voted yes, 13%. 75% no, 13% not sure. The other option I gave you was not too long, month or less. Nobody voted for that option. Would you date a man who doesn't have a job? 4 people voted yes, 25%. 1 person voted yes, they would. 75% of you ladies said, hell no, I ain't dating nobody without no job. Then the other option I gave you was I date him when he got one. No one voted for that. Okay. And the biggie of the hour, you find out you have contracted a disease, syphilis, gonorrhea, trichomonas, and you know your husband gave it to you. 1, do you confront him? 2, what do you do thereafter? And I'm going to put that on the poll as well. Do you confront him? Because some women may not even say anything out of fear. What could happen? Maybe he's violent. I don't know. He'd lie. So she knows, well, don't need to say nothing because he's going to lie anyway. Or maybe she's with a notorious cheater. She knows he's sleeping around. So she knows he's messing around. She knows he gave it to her. She's just going to say nothing. Just say nothing. She won't say a thing. That's the next question I'm going to put on the poll. Do you confront your husband? Okay, brief commercial. wish they wouldn't play commercials during these music videos. Hold on one second. I'm writing it out. Three options: yes, no, and not sure. Do you confront your husband after he has given you an STD? The other question is, he gives you an STD, what do you do? Do you stay? Do you leave? Do you make a plan? Stay a while? What do you do? Beat him over the head with a frying pan? Jump him? Hit him? Scratch him? Curse him? Report him to the health department? Or you say nothing? You stay with him and you quietly sulk and fume to yourself about being betrayed by your husband. Weigh in, everybody. Those are my hot topics for this evening's live. This is live number 2. My earlier live was pertaining to Miley Cyrus. A woman by the name of Jamie Lee, 45, claims that she's the biological mother. But Billy Ray says, no, you're not. We don't know you. Stop harassing us. And now she owes him over $7,000+ for attorney fees. What a mess. She has been going to court for many years, suing this family with these crazy allegations, bringing up all type of famous people that she allegedly has confronted to help her get rid of her child when she had a baby at allegedly 12, allegedly. And she swears Miley Cyrus is her daughter. That was my first live stream, everybody. The second live is for grown folks' ears only. I'm going to call somebody and see if they are, because I'm on the live 17 minutes. One second, everybody. I was reaching out to one of the fans to see if she could speak. She was busy tending to her son, who is not well. Has everyone done their Christmas shopping? Everyone done? Oh, such a pretty picture of the Obamas. Oh my gosh. Patricia, you're awfully quiet down there. No commentary tonight. Okay, she's still busy. Well, I'll wait for somebody to pop up and give me their opinion. I'll hold on a little while. Oh, somebody has something to say. I know there's some dicey subject matters, but as I've told you, this is not a one-stop shop, this network. We talk about different things over here. This is not a true crime network. This is a true channel about different variety of subject matters breaking news, entertainment, true crime, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. What would you do? Hypothetical situations. We talk about it all over here. We talk about it all. Let me see if this young lady is available. Hold on one second. Said call Don. Well, Patricia must have stepped out. Take your time taking the polls. Only got a few people viewing. I was trying to ring some people up. Evie, if you're out there listening, I'm trying to contact you earlier, a few weeks now, on IG. I don't know if you got rid of your account or not. But if you're listening, we'd like to hear from you. Let us know you're okay. Looks like Venus has gotten married. Wow, congratulations. And Serena looks like she's pregnant again. Weigh in, everybody. Take the polls. I'm going to go back in and see how you all voted. Giving some of you time to, excuse me, take the polls, everybody. Nobody's voted on the. Do you confront your husband if you get a STD from him? Hello, Patty. How are you? I was waiting to see if any of you all were going to vote on that. And nobody's asked taking the question either. Is it right to pursue a man who has a woman? Nobody's voted on that poll. Would you date a man who's moving around from place to place, couch to couch, job or no job? 14% of you said yes, you would. That's one of you. No, I am not, dear. This is not a true crime topic. We're talking about men and women. Would you date a man who has a woman? 9 of you voted now. Still 100% says no. All right. Would you date a man who has a job but he sleeps in his car? 20% of you said yes, you would. 70% of you said no. 10% said I'm not sure. 10 women have voted. Wow, wow, wow. Interesting. So somebody said, yes, I would. I would date him. He has a job and he sleeps in his car. You'll probably get tired of that, dear, when you realize you can't go to his place. As my daddy once told me, always find out where a man lives. And he ain't never lied, God rest his soul. Because it's going to get old always being the one entertaining a man at your house. To me, it's boring as soon as he asks. You talk on the phone, however you meet him, first thing he says, oh, can I come to your place? Why? Why you need to come to my place? For what? Let's go to your place. Oh, that's right. You don't have a place. You're staying pillar to post. That is the most annoying thing to me with these men out here, especially these black men. They just do not have their own fucking place. And even the ones that have jobs, they still don't have their own place. They're living with their friend, their homeboy, their sister, their uncle, their mother, their grandmother. That is the worst thing for a woman, to try to court a man and he does not have his own place. It's not going to work. The next thing you know, he's trying to move in, or you foolishly want him to come stay with you. You don't really know him, because these days people rush into relationships and they don't even know the person before letting them come stay in their house. And see, if you talk to a person long enough, you're going to learn his or her habits, what they like to do when they get up in the morning. Do they sleep in? Do they get up early? Are they a light sleeper? You're going to learn all those things. You rush to just bring somebody into your space, you're learning them at that fucking moment. And that ain't the time to learn them. But the flip side is people say people should live with each other. But the point is you need to date a while before moving in with one another. And I'm telling you, the shit that I've seen, oh my goodness. Things I've experienced, I'm telling you, as a woman, man too, depending on what type of man you are, you just wouldn't want people in your house, period. You just would not want people in your house. Hello, Lisa. How are you? Hello, Lisa. Hit the link, Lisa. The link is at the top of the chat. If you'd like to donate to the network, the information is at the top of the screen in this live stream. Hit the link. Join us for this dicey conversation we're having. This is a What Would You Do segment, an extension of the Vault XL. Would you stay with your husband if he gave you an STD? Would you confront him? Would you date a man with or without a job? A man who's moving around, pillar to post, sleeping place to place? Would you date a man who sleeps in his car but has a job? Would you date a man who has a woman? Is it right to pursue a man who has a woman? Some people may say, so long as he's not married, he's free for the taking. Weigh in, take the polls on my community page. Queen, you're so funny. Listen, I'm talking about myself. But no, seriously. I waited till it got a little dark, to have some grown folk conversation. And as I tell you, I like to switch it up on this network. It's not going to always be about breaking news. We're going to talk about real life situations, relationships, courtships, meeting people, dating, internet, going live, what to say, what you shouldn't say. We talk about everything over here. This is a diverse channel. As some people have told me, I like when you talk about real life situations instead of true crime. Well, I enjoy that more myself, because when I talk about these subjects, I don't even have to do any research. I just throw the question out there and we roll with it. No research, no Googling, no nothing. Makes my job a whole lot easier, I must say. Which one are you saying no to, Patty? Because there are lots of questions. No to all of them? We've got so many questions. What are you saying no to? Hit the link. Anybody in the chat that want to chat with the queen for a little while, you don't have to show yourself. Just hit that link. Come on up. Hit the camera where it says not show yourself. You just hit that button and then just start talking and tell me how you feel. Take the polls as well. Okay, 3 people have voted. Thank you. Do you confront your husband after he gives you an STD? 3 of you said yes, you would confront your husband. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for taking the poll. Thank you for the one person that thumbs up. I'm going to give myself a thumbs up. Shut your mouth. I now have one person who has voted. Is it right to pursue a man who has a woman? One person said no. It is not right. Once again, would you date a guy that's moving around, place to place? He's been moving here, moving there, moving over here, moving over there. He's got a job, he don't got a job. Somebody say, damn, Queen, you left that open with both? Yeah, I gave you options. He's got a job, he don't got a job. Would you date him and he doesn't have his own place to live? Now, Patty, what are you talking about? What's sad? Men, dating men? Would you date a man who has a woman? 9 of you said no, you would not. Okay. Sorry about the background noise. I don't know why where I live, somebody loves revving up their engines for some weird reason. This happened. This is going on ever since I moved here. I don't know who was that, but they just get out in the parking lot and just love revving their engine over here for some crazy reason. Would you date a man who has a job, but he sleeps in his car? 10 of you voted. You said yes, 20%. 70% said no. 10% said, I'm not sure. Lisa, no, no, no. So which one, Lisa? Which one are you saying no to? Because I have a lot of questions on here. I have a few questions. I've got, would you date a man who sleeps in his car? Would you date a man who doesn't have a job? 8 of you voted saying no, you would not at 88%. 13% said you would. So at least one person out of 8 said they would date a guy who doesn't have a job. Patty says, bring bad mojo to your house. Yes, we've learned that the hard way. Bringing anyone to your house that you don't know is bad mojo. I don't care who he is, where he's from. Don't care how he looks. You take a chance bringing anyone into your home that you don't know. As my aunt once said, you can agree on what you're going to do before he gets there, but it does not mean he's going to comply when he gets there, which is common sense. Because people turn on people every day. People turn on people that they know. So you definitely can't trust a person that you don't know or think. You just met whomever. They get in there, boom, boom, boom. Shut the door. He's grabbing you by the hair, slinging you to the ground, choking you out. And you're sitting here wondering, what have I done to you? Nothing. You just kindly let me into your space. And a boyfriend could do it, an ex could do it. This is why they tell women, don't invite people to your house who you just broken up with. You had a heated argument with. Don't let them in the house. Even if you're tempted, you don't know how a person will react after you had a fight or you say it's over, I don't want to be with you anymore. You just don't know. You see, this happens with many women who mysteriously took a walk and never walked back home. Oh, she left. She took all her things. Oh, she did, but she left her purse, her phone, her keys. You don't know what a person will do to you, I don't want to get too serious in this live, but you have to be careful bringing people into your house. And you can have bad mojo with anybody, quite frankly, because people carry spirits with them. And that is so true of her. A lot of people say this. People carry spirits and omens with them. And that's one reason why you need to be careful letting anyone into your house. I don't care if it's a woman. You don't know them well. You should not be letting people step over the threshold, bringing bad energy because you don't know people. First time people visit, they're looking around, they're casing the joint, got something to say about where a tree sits. You know the stories I've shared with you. God knows I've had the worst experiences with men in the past 6, 7, 8 months, and it's just depressing as F-U-C-K. And I share these stories because maybe somebody out there can understand where I'm coming from, and they don't have to make the mistakes that I've made by being too kind and extending an olive branch to a fucking fool. Don't let this be you. First signs you see, they're unkempt, they don't keep themselves up, they don't work, they work, but they're living with somebody else. They don't have a car. You just say to yourself, that's okay. Oh, that's another question I'm going to put on the poll. Would you date a man who doesn't have a car? Let's say he works, but he doesn't have a car. Oh, good question. I think I've asked you all this earlier in the year. So if I'm repeating myself, don't mind. It's still good commentary. Let's go to the community page. Oh, that's a damn good question. That's a damn good question. And that's if you don't have a place, you would think the same. You ain't got a car either. But sometimes they've got a place, but they ain't got a car. See, it can go either way. Or he ain't got neither. He's pillar to post, ain't got a car either. Or he's got a job and he's sleeping in his car. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. So I asked that question. He's sleeping in his car, but he has a job. Would you date him? Okay. So now let's ask the question. He has a job. Okay. YouTube has just sent me a message saying, hi, everyone. Welcome to my new YouTube community. Now you can post on my channel too. To get started, tell me in a post what you'd like to see next on my channel. YouTube.com at the Vault 865 community. Okay, I'll post that. So what would you all like to talk about next time? Just share that to YouTube. Okay. I'm going to say he has an apartment, but no car. Do you date him? I'll even put home. Hell, this is probably a guy out there with a home. He ain't got a damn car. All right, everybody, take the poll. I'm printing it out as I speak. You're going to have 3 options. Yes, no, and not sure. Come on, ladies, take the poll. I'm going to have to make some polls for the guys, too. I guess the guys say the same damn thing. Queen, you don't make any polls for us. I'm sorry. He has a home or an apartment, but he does not have a car. Would you date him? Patty says yes. Are you saying yes to that question? Oh, Patty says we are in a spiritual war. well, damn, Patty. My goodness gracious, girl. She just said, play it safe. Say no to all. You just, Jesus, well, damn. Well, I don't care how you vote because we're all human. And I know I have always been a stern stickler of what you should and should not do, but I have broken my own rules over the years with what I would put up with, tolerate, go back and forth. And I just can say, honestly, as much as I say I'm going to be done, I still go back in, give the person another chance to talk. I'm exhausted. And I just, after today's events, I was irritable today. If you go back and listen to the earlier live, you'll hear me venting about what was pissing me off earlier. I just don't want to be bothered, period. And that's just where I'm at. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn what I want and desire at this point. I just don't want to be damn bothered because I'm tired. And I keep telling myself, is this it? at 54? Because this is depressing. My birthday is next month. My birthday is next month. And this is sickening to me, to be this old and not have never been married, never been engaged, never went to the altar, got left, never looked at a wedding dress, planned for a wedding dress, planned a wedding, none of that. I don't have a house full of kids. I don't have grandchildren. I don't have any of those things. Not saying I'm crying about one grandchildren or anything like that, but what I'm saying is, dear God, God did not put us here to be alone. Some people say they don't mind. Well, that's just your mouth talking. At some point, you want somebody to be around. I don't give a damn what people say. Even a husband and wife, I know they get tired of each other. She wants him to go play golf. He wants her to go play bingo. I get it. And then some people say, I love being with my husband. I love being with my wife. I love their company. And that's a wonderful thing if you can say that. But I don't believe two people should be joined at the hip. Because when your mama gave birth to you, your husband was not in the womb, and nor was your wife. And you understand what I'm saying? Everybody needs space to think, to grow, to have peace. It's called having trust. I trust you to go out that door without me. I trust that you will come back to me. You don't have that trust, you're going to have a problem. I can tell you, I don't want a man sitting up under me all day. I don't care how much I like a man. I want you to go do what you need to do. But I don't want one that's out all night, hanging in the street, doing things he ain't got no damn business, whatever that may be. Because my thing is, if you feel the need, you got to be out all night late, then you got to stay your ass out there. And that's an old saying. Be where you want to be. Exactly. You comfortable being in people's faces all the time? I've seen that with certain men, always in a man's face, always hanging up on another man, in men's faces, other women. Well, guess what? That's where you should be. Hey, you don't want to be with me, then go be where you want to be. I'm not getting ready to compete with nobody. I don't give a damn who it is. One leg, two legs, I'm not competing with another creature. And I tell any man that. You can best believe that. I'm not getting ready to act a fool over another woman. I find out you cheating. Okay, I'm going to tell you, get your slippers and go. If you live by yourself and I live where I live, then we over, we done. Hell right. God forbid if I was to let you stay with me, I find out you got another woman, a few cutie pies, get your slippers and go. Matter of fact, Queen is good at helping people pack. Shut your mouth. Let me help you pack your little duffel bag, baby. You know, Queen, I'm the type, I will give you cab fare. Get your ass out of here. I don't need you. That's the worst thing you can have in your life is dead weight. And I know a lot of you know what I'm talking about. Dead weight comes in all forms. Debt, wayward children, wayward spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, messy neighbors, messy family members, worrying, bills, indecisive, can't think for yourself. You've got to say to yourself, I am important. As I always say, self-preservation. Because you are important. And when there is nobody else, there's nobody standing in that room but you. That's why you got to treat yourself well and not allow other people to mistreat you. So that's why I ask these questions. Some of them are from personal experiences. Some of them are from experiences I've heard about. Some of them are hypothetical. But I ask you these questions so I can see what my viewers, see how my viewers are thinking. And those who just happen to scroll through the community and they see the question, it's open to everyone. Nobody knows who you are, how you voted. The only way we know how you think is if you decide to comment. Other than that, we don't know who you are. Patty says if a man gave her an STD, she would confront him. Okay. Okay. Well, Patty, some women probably wouldn't. And I think the ones that wouldn't would be the ones who are with a known whore. You with a male whore, he sleeps around, he has different women, another woman. You already know, okay, I know where he got it from. I ain't gonna say shit. I'm just gonna go on to the health department, whatever, gynecologist, get my meds, take it, and pout to myself. And then we know a lot of women, they stay. As I had told you all a few weeks ago, I was watching a video on YouTube where this black girl and guy were married in Georgia, and they were airing all their dirty business on a live stream, and he was arguing and talking about what she had done, and she's screaming in the background, wouldn't let him get it out. And later, the phone goes dead during the live. He's going live, and we learn he beat her severely, but allegedly they said she could have lived, but I guess she bled out. He left the house, went up the highway an hour, and unalived himself. Two fools. Because one, they should not have been getting on the live. He's telling people she caught a disease. But like she said, well, whatever I caught, you got it. And you're licking your tongue down there. So how stupid is that? I'm telling you I got a sore in my anus and you're down there licking it. When she said that, I almost passed out. I swear I almost passed out. I said, shut your mouth, Satan. Y'all talking too much. Y'all talking way too much. But this is what young, foolish people do. And these fools were in their 30s, mid-30s. He was in his 40s, early 40s, something like that. It was sad to see these two black heathens going back and forth. They had a small child in the house, infant, and they're arguing and screaming back and forth, airing all their business on a live stream. And I couldn't have respect for him, because what type of man tells people she caught this and she was cheating, but yet he was cheating too. So they both were doing tit for tat. Well, if you're talking bad about her, you're talking bad about yourself, because you have the disease as well because you're still sleeping with her. This sounds so stupid. But see, this is what fools do. As the old saying, fools rush in. She was a corrections officer, so that's how she met him. He was incarcerated. He was an inmate at her prison. Now put that on paper. And look at the end result. They had a baby, married, bought a nice little double, triple wide type looking house, which was decent looking, decent on the inside. He beats her, she dies, and he runs off and kills himself. This just shows you how sick people become being involved with other people. The lengths you go to make a point, prove a point. You got to get on a live stream and tell everything he did, he said, he jumps on you lying, blah, blah, blah. She's jumping, hollering, screaming. I was so annoyed. I was about to turn the live off because the live went about 2 hours. On this guy's channel, and I was just thinking to myself, how in the world could you sit here and listen to this bullshit? Because it was pathetic to see two humans who have created another human who's lying in a bed somewhere trying to get some sleep, but can't because their stupid parents out there arguing in the living room about who gave whom a disease and who they got it from. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. And I've talked to you all about that as well. Airing things out on the internet, what you should air out. You have to be careful about what you repeat on the internet, because we have people these days, they call people names out. Now, I have not mentioned anyone's name pertaining to the stories I have told you in dealing with people, because naturally they could sue you, take me to court. But guess what? I don't have any money. So they would just be suing me for defamation to get nothing. But my thing is, sometimes the truth needs to be told about people. But for security reasons, for what I do, No, I'm not going to do it. And even if I wasn't doing YouTube, and let's just say I want to go on a live stream and vent one day, I still wouldn't go on there and vent and say, such and such did this to me and said this to me. No, I would not. I wouldn't tell their name. I wouldn't tell their name. Because as they say, karma is a bitch. And I can honestly say the people that I have known in my life that are just honorary, low lives, they never have good luck. They always have trauma. I could go 4 or 5 years with certain men I've met and know that if I was to talk to them 2 years from now, 4 years from now, they would have the same bullshit going on in their life because they refuse to be self-sufficient and take care of themselves. And that's a shame because I'm already 54. So imagine I look up, I'm 59, and I bump into Petey Pablo and say, how are you doing? What's going on? If I decide to speak and if he decides to speak, and he starts spinning the same BS that I've been listening to. And the first thing I'm thinking is, damn, you're still in the same place I left you. When are you going to wake up, grow up? They're not. This is the very reason why people don't get along. The very reason why relationships don't work. And I know that most people who are together with people, they're not happy with them. Because we are really some odd human beings out here. All of us, we're odd. We're peculiar. And you've seen it with people walking by or people you know of. What was the first thing you said? How in the F are they together? What are they doing together? And some people judge and say, they'll throw the judgment back. Well, you ain't got nobody, you single. Well, I'd rather be single than be with somebody and miserable. Because I know there's people that's with people, they are not happy. Such as, for instance, true story. A woman met a man married. And yet she took up with him, dating him. He still was out there screwing everything with a pulse. She finally married him. They married each other. But yet we're still hearing he's screwing other women. But did you hear what I said? He is still screwing other women, last I heard. So my thing is, well, damn. At what point do you say to yourself, well, shit, I deserve better than this? And I remember one day we had a talk years ago when some girl got in her inbox talking junk. Some girl that was messing around with him. At this time, they weren't married. And she said, well, you know what, Angela, I could say that I deserve this because I met him married. And I was messing around with him and he was married. So this could be my payback. And I thought, well, I'll be damned. You might be onto something. But why marry him? That's what I didn't get. Why marry a man who you know was a whore when you met him? He was a married whore. They divorced. You two married. And he was dating other people when you got with him. Still dating people when you were dating him. You've married him. He's still messing around and sleeping with other women. But what is the point? Yes, hello, Jersey Devil. Thank you. Yes. And that's what I'm having to learn. When they show you who they are, believe them. Maya Angelou once said that. God rest her soul. Because that's what we do as women, especially. We refuse to believe they are this villain, this demon, this narcissist, this liar, this thief, this manipulator. He'll change. I know I can change him. Because I said to myself, oh, wish one more time, maybe I'll go in and he'll be different this time when I talk to him. He'll realize he hurt my feelings. No, he ain't. Because he don't give a fuck. And we know that that's the sign of a sociopath or a psychopath. They know what they're doing is wrong. They know how they're treating people is wrong, and yet they continue to do it with no remorse, no empathy. And you still keep beating your head up against that rock thinking they're going to change. It's sad. But this is what I tell people. If we stop dealing with them, We open the door for them to go run their ass out and do it to somebody else. It ain't got to be you. Don't let it be you. God knows there has got to be a decent human being out here that knows how to treat a woman. He's kind. He's mild-mannered. He isn't loud. He isn't cheap. He opens car doors. He calls in the morning. Hello, how are you? Good morning. What's wrong with that? I was listening to some women on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and one was talking, Marlo, oh, he calls in the morning, say hello. You should be glad he called you. The hell's wrong with you? That's what you want a man to get up in the morning and call or text. Good morning, how are you? Hope you well. I'll talk to you at lunch. You want to be with a man that goes all day and don't call you or speak to you? Oh, hell no. Could have been ran over by a tractor trailer. You don't know nothing. You just like, oh, that's okay. I'll talk to him when I get out from work. You can't talk to a dead man. Command what you want. It's in the scripture. You shall desire what you desire. Your heart desires. You're right. You are entitled to a good life because you're breathing. That means people as well, treating you with respect. You don't have to put up with nothing. You don't have to take nothing. And that's what's wrong with a lot of these heathens out here. They just think because you decided to waste your good time dealing with them that you're supposed to just put up with anything. Nasty mouth, foul mouth, talk crazy till you get mad. Oh, no. Can't ask them to get mad, fly off the handle. Well, hell, go talk to the ones you with like that. Don't talk to me no any kind of way. I can tell you, I'm fed up, and I'm at my wit's end. I am tired. This 54-year-old black woman is done, tired. I'm fed up. Because I keep attracting, even though I'm jumping off the subject matter, but I keep attracting the same type of man. I'm sitting here in my mind trying to understand how is it possible that they've got the same similar traits. We are now 3 back to back. They all could be triplets. Are you hearing what I'm saying? As if they came out the same woman's womb. Same dirty habits. I told myself, I talk to God every day. Lord, please explain to me how and why they are the same. Talk crazy, get mad easy, always right. Nobody else knows anything. Nonchalant, no empathy. The shit is wicked. It is just wicked. And they got nasty habits. You can guess what they are. I don't even have to say it on the live. And that's what's baffling me. How is it I'm meeting people with the same type of habits? They don't even know each other to my understanding or belief, but yet they have similar qualities. That's scary as hell. We're in a time of revelation. You have a brain, use it or lose it. We know way too much now. Yes, we do. But we still make mistakes. That's the point. Because we're desiring things that aren't good for us. That's the reason why we are in unhealthy relationships, courtships with people. Because as women always are trying to change men, people. It's the nurturing spirit. Maybe the next time when I talk to him or her, they'll have a different attitude. No, they won't. They're going to talk to you long enough to hee ha ha, and then their ass going to flip the switch. And you're right back to where you started. And I'm telling you, that wears a person down to come out time and time again with an olive branch, and the person sticks you in the throat. You know what I mean? It is sickening. And then act like they ain't done nothing. Oh, I didn't stab you. You're imagining things. It wasn't me. Well, who was it? Your twin? That's why you save yourself and keep it moving. That's my advice to anybody. Don't be like some of us who keep extending the olive branch to heathens. Do yourself a favor. Don't. First sign. loud, rude, obnoxious, steals from you, defrauds you, put his hands on you, talk down to you, call your name, cheating, walk on. Walk on by. Pretend you are in a musical. Follow the yellow brick road, okay? And you ain't needing to look for the 10-man Toto or nobody. I'm on this road. Ease on down. Ease on down the road. Toto, I'll see you when I get there. I'll see you when I get there. Or as Chris Brown would say, deuces. I'm out of here. Take the polls on my community page, everybody. This is a grown folks live stream this evening, live number 2. We're talking about grown folks situations, venereal diseases, dating men who don't got a pot to piss in. He's poor, he's broke. He ain't got a car, he ain't got nowhere to live. Do you date him any damn way? Do you date a man who's got a woman? Do you confront your husband after he's giving you an STD? Do you stay? Do you leave? What do you do? Take the polls on my community page. Be heard. Also, during this live, you're welcome to hit the link. The link is at the top of the chat. And I don't have a problem with putting it back in. Also, if you'd like to donate to this great network, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. It's also in the chat. Christmas. It's Christmas time. Hello. Do you date him? He has a home or an apartment, but no car. 25% said yes, 75% no. He has a woman. Do you date him? 100% no, 16 votes. Wow. Earlier, I asked you all about John Benet Ramsey. Really don't want to get into true crime in this conversation, but it's on my poll. There's new evidence that they are going to be testing and also testing older evidence related to the crime. Do you think it will lead to an arrest, this new evidence? 23% yes, 40% no, 26% not sure, 11% believes the suspect is deceased. 35 people voted. Thank you so much for answering. Now, I'm getting older questions from 2 weeks ago because the community, I just hit this tab on here that's bringing up my older content from weeks ago for your enjoyment. So we're going to go ahead and dig up these polls as well that the community page YouTube has put back up on top of my other questions. And this is a true story pertaining to my baby sister, something that happened on her birthday, because her birthday is December 1st, December 2nd. So oh Lord, had a little incident. I'm going to ask you how you all feel. 62 people voted. Thank you so much for taking the poll. My baby sister accidentally sent a coworker $100, although they only asked for 10. She's supposed to get it back. She's wrangling with the bank, blah, blah, blah. It was on her birthday, so she is hot butter. Would you resend the money back? 94% of you said you would. One person, 6% said no. Wow. 62 people voted. Bonnie Anderson says, I'm sending back the 90, keeping the 10 she meant to send. Next time she might be able to help me with $20 when I need it, not screwing over someone who's willing to help me out when I need it. Myra said, absolutely, I would. This is from 2 weeks ago on my community page. 13 people have voted now. They would confront their husband if they got an STD. 100% of you said you would confront him. 12 people voted. What would you do if he gave you the STD? 92% said they would leave. 8% said they would stay. So one person said they would stay. My goodness gracious. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Would you date a man who doesn't have a job? 15% yes. 85% no. 13 votes. Wow, wow, wow. And then I'm looking at my heathen from 2 weeks ago. I've cut ties with two toxic heathens and looking forward to a wonderful Christmas, New Year, and better me. Well, 42 people, thumbs up. I am hoping for a better Christmas. I was irritated earlier, got a bit agitated, but I'm okay now. The reason why I go live is to keep me going, keep me refreshed. You all keep me company when I'm feeling like screaming, hollering. And that's the point. People get down. And it was something I wanted to address as well for Christmas. And I'm going to go ahead and talk about it now while I'm 1 hour into this live stream. At this time of the year, many people are depressed. And I mentioned this the past couple of days as well and during my earlier live. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into it now. Many people become suicidal during this time of the year because they do not have friends, they do not have family, they don't have good family ties, and it's understandable that a person becomes downtrodden. But my message to anyone listening to this live, if you are contemplating ending your life, please do not. God is the answer and the way. He's a way maker. If you didn't know, you've never met him, well, let me introduce you to him and his son, Jesus. It can get better. I don't know your troubles. I don't know if you're mourning a child, a family member. You don't have a lot of family or friends. You have none. You're a loner. Maybe you were a troublemaker. People cut you off. You can change that. You can change that. Through Jesus, you can change that. I don't know if you're an addict. You're addicted to alcohol, drugs. You can change that as well. Seek Jesus. Because man can't help you. He can't help you. The drugs can't help you. Alcohol, the booze can't help you. Okay? You feel like you don't have good friendships, courtships with people. You've been lied on, betrayed. Try Jesus. He's on the main line and he's always available. Okay? But abusers don't want to leave that because they're codependent. They got to have something to bash around. Know that you are worthy and that life is for the living. You may not have a nice car, a nice home. You may be behind on your bills. But ask for help. Because I know there are a lot of people who don't like asking for help. Whether it be they're depressed, they have financial troubles. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. But you should know that at some point in the asking for help, you're going to have to try to make a way for yourself to sustain yourself. And I get it. There are people who can't work because maybe they're disabled. They have disability issues. They have mental issues. Or hell, they just don't want to work. The point is, you have got to save yourself. But unaliving oneself is not the answer because life is for the living. If you can just take a quick moment out of your time to focus on something that happened to you good, because even if you had a rough life, I refuse to believe that there wasn't one day out of your life you didn't have a laugh with a friend or a family member or a stranger. Think back to that time and say, I like to be back in that place. I want to laugh again, smile again. I do not want to be sad. I do not want to be depressed. I do not want to be manic. I do not want to be suicidal. I don't need this drink. I don't need these drugs. I want to live. And then you go and seek help. I don't care if it's a church, if you can get into a rehab, talk to your doctor, ask to see a physician, a psychiatrist, somebody can get you help. There's no need of you falling by the wayside because of how you look, where you're from, how you were raised, who won't speak to you, who won't like you, who won't date you, who left you, abandoned you, gave you up for adoption, bad parents, foster care, whatever your story is, life is for the living. Hello, Wicked. Somebody needs to hear this message. Whether your mother died, daddy died, sister died, your child died, life is for the living. They would not want you walking around here depressed, upset, gorging yourself to death with Fritos and Oreos, drinking yourself to death, getting high on cocaine and weed and heroin. That is not what your family will want for you. That is not the answer. Read a book. Ride a bicycle, take a walk, go help somebody less fortunate. You're struggling, barely living? Well, go to a homeless shelter. It will probably change your mode of thinking. And I'm not saying you're not going to have bad days. You're in a place you don't want to be. You don't like your community. I get it. We all have a right to not like something. But you know what I've learned? Just like I said in the early live, even moving here to this building, it's nice as it is. I've noticed here recently, as I said earlier, the downside of this nice place I'm in, the people are very nosy. I've noticed that. They have something to say to random strangers that they do not know. And that's why I was irritated earlier. Don't say anything to me you don't know me. Don't ask me personal questions you don't know me. I don't owe you an explanation about a damn thing. Because if you were out in the public, riding a bus, a train, in Walmart, you would not go up to a complete stranger and say, do you live near here? I want y'all to think about what I'm saying now. If you were walking in Walmart right now, are you stopping people in the checkout to say, how long have you been shopping in here? Do you live nearby? What did you buy today? Of course not, because you probably get knocked the fuck out, excuse my language. So, same thing with living in an apartment building, living in a neighborhood. Mind your business. You do not need to address people because you've never seen them before. Just say hello, good morning, good afternoon, Merry Christmas. You see somebody walking by your sidewalk, same game. You don't need to stop them and say, who are you? What are you doing in this neighborhood? It's none of your damn business. Stop being a messy Ken and Karen and live your life. That is what's wrong with us right now. We're too meddlesome and nosy as hell. Then we get offended when somebody says, none of your business. Well, I didn't mean any harm. Well, I don't know if you did or not. Why are you asking? This is the very reason why people have ammunition to use against you, because you talk too much and you tell stuff you probably should keep to yourself. And I have to tell myself sometimes I slip up, tell things I probably shouldn't say. Sharing things on this network, but it's my story, it's my truth. But you do have to be careful what you share with strangers. So that's my message as well during this live. Take care of you, preserve you, stay out of people's business, stay out of people's way. Don't ask people personal questions. That's none of your business. If they want to divulge who they are and if they're new to the neighborhood, the building, let them tell you. Let them tell you. Life is short. And life is for the living. Not to be messing, stirring the pot and getting people all riled up to where you're messing with their day. Because you know what I tell myself? When I get up in the morning, I'm always feeling good when I get up. My problem only comes when the phone starts ringing, looking at a text, looking at something about a bill that come in the mail, or when my foot hits the floor. I'm generally in a good mood when I get up in the morning. I look forward to having a cup of coffee, cappuccino, and start my day. It is only when I come across human beings or something in the mail or spam calls that irritate me. I live a very simple life. I don't hang around a lot of people. I don't have a lot of people visiting. I don't go to other people's homes. I have a very quiet, quaint life. Is it boring? Yes. Could it be better? Of course. Do I want it better? Yes. But it is what it is. So I don't like confusion. I don't like distractions. I'm very set in my ways, and I like things a certain way. As I was listening to this little black lady talking on her channel the other day about people visiting your home and how people can be disrespectful and bring different omens and auras into your house, she was telling the truth. Now, some people might have gotten offended by how she delivered her message, but she did make a lot of great points. Call me before you come. Don't just knock on my door. You don't know if I was asleep, had something to do. I wasn't in a good mood. I didn't want to be bothered. I was reading a book. Very true. She says, now I got to get up and entertain you. Now, flip side is there are people who love for people to just pop up at their house. They'll get up out their bed and entertain, even though they're sleepy as hell. Everybody's different. But she's right. People need to be respectful when they do come to your house and you allow them in. She did. She said a lot of things that I agreed with, especially when she was talking about maintenance workers coming in with wet feet. This just really got to me because I felt her when she was saying, you know your feet are wet. So why would you want to track into someone's home wet or dirty feet? How does that make any sense? It doesn't. And if you work in a certain type of industry, such as plumbing, electrical, you know you should be wearing booties on your shoes and boots any damn way. And that's the problem I had at the last place I lived. They kept working in my bathroom so much, I just eventually took up that shag rug I had and threw it in the damn garbage because I got tired of rolling it over to the side, flipping it over, knowing these people had to keep coming in, working, taking the sink apart, putting it in the living room, turning it over. And I was just like, I'm sick of this. And now I moved in this bigger place, wishing I had my damn rug back. But you understand what I'm saying? It's called common decency, courtesy. You go in somebody's house to work, you don't leave a mess behind, do you? I had to deal with that. Time they go in there fooling with the tub. I got to clean the inside. I got to clean the outside. I got to clean the floor, around the toilet. I shouldn't have to do that. But I understood this lady's point. People don't respect your space. And she's right. People don't. It's just like when you build a house. The builder builds a new house. I want everybody to think about what I'm saying now. The builder puts the house up. He puts the fixtures in. He does not leave the dirt and dust and grime from the tiles, the flooring. What do? They vacuum it up. They sweep, mop, glaze the floor, put a nice sheen on it. They don't build a house, leave all the lumber and construction out on the property. Inside, outside, because they know they couldn't sell the house if they left sawdust all in your restroom, bathroom, kitchen, living room, where they put in lights. I want you to think about that, because when you're drilling holes into sheetrock, dust is going to come down from the sheetrock. Do you think when they build a house, they leave that? Of course they don't, because they can't sell the house if they left it in disarray with sawdust, splinters, things like that. So your home is the same. People need to be respectful when they come in your space, whether they are the cable guy, somebody coming to deliver furniture, it's the plumber. You all need to come into a person's space with respect. Put booties on your shoes. Clean up after you have done the plumbing, Wipe down the surfaces with a rag. Leave it the way you found it. Now, for our guests. Oh yeah, I'm getting ready to hit a nerve now. Who are you to come into somebody's space, disrespecting their space with your foolishness? Meaning, your badass attitude. You come in fussing, cussing, mad, waking the dead in a place that you don't pay no rent, no bills, no nothing. You don't walk in people's house hollering, screaming, arguing with people on phones. You don't do that. Because in the end, if a person's in an apartment, they're the ones who want to get the complaint, not you. You don't live there. Same thing with your shoes. Put your shoes in the closet, not just throw them off in the floor anywhere. If they say make yourself at home as far as getting something out the refrigerator to cook, eat, drink, okay, clean up after yourself. And please don't drink out of their cartons. That's a pet peeve of mine. What the fuck are you doing drinking out of my carton of anything? Who opens a bottle of juice and just drink out of it as if nobody else could come in my home and want to drink out of the same bottle? Do you know how disgusting that is? If I did it, that's different because it's mine. But you don't pay nothing to drink out my carton. Same thing with the decanters. There's liquor in them. Who the fuck just turns it up and drink out of it like a damn hobo? Because you have gotten too comfortable. Drinking up all of the person's juice, soda pop, you out of pocket. Don't just say, oh, well, she got a spare. It ain't no big deal. I know Angie, she'll go get another one. It don't fucking matter. You don't drink out the jug. You don't drink up the whole damn container. That's soda, punch, liquor, beer. It don't matter what's in the refrigerator. Leave some for the pilgrims. Thank you. And when you come to a person's house, especially a man, let me talk to some of you dirty ass heathens. If you are going to a woman's house and you thinking you might want to spend the night, sleep in her bed, do something else with her later on in the evening, yeah, I'm getting ready to get ignorant with it now. Make sure you wash your ass before you get there. How about that? How about that? I know some of you are like, woo, queen, what's going on? I'm speaking truth. I'm leaving this new year on the right note. You treat people the way you want to be treated. Respect people's things. Don't take nothing out their house that don't belong to you. You want to borrow a scarf or a hat? Ask. Don't steal it. Don't take nothing that don't belong to you. Nothing. Clothes, money. Ask me. Ask the person you're visiting. Do you understand? Why burn a bridge when you don't have to? You a smoker, smoke your ass outside. You smoke marijuana, smoke it before you get to your location. You want to smoke drugs, smoke it before you get to the person's house. You don't walk in nobody's house lighting up no cigarette, no blunt, no weed, no crack, no fentanyl, no meth, no nothing. Who told you it was okay to walk in somebody's house and light up a fucking joint reefer with crack cocaine in it or any damn thing else? This is what we have here today in this world. Just blatant disrespect for your place, for your things. Spilling ashes from one end of the place to the other. Don't think to clean it up. Oh, you'll clean it up. You like to clean. Oh, okay. So basically, the person is telling me, well, don't worry about it. You'll get it up. But what if I don't want to clean it up? Because it wasn't like that when you came. Burning incense, candles in somebody's house. So you just want to burn their place down, going from room to room, burning incense, burning the walls, brand new, freshly painted. Oh, fuck it, I don't care. See, do you know what I've learned about this type of behavior? And I've heard the stories from so many people, women especially. This is what people do who don't have their own. They can cry all day. I'm clean. I'm a clean guy. I'm a clean. No, no, honey. Just because you take a little shower, wipe your little nuts, that ain't got nothing to do with leaving ashes in somebody's house, crumbs. You ain't cleaning up. You don't wipe the tub. You don't clean the toilet. What's your point? Hello, drop again. What's your point? You people out here are getting too comfortable, you men especially. And I'm telling you, I've seen this so many times as a young woman with men coming in my home. They had no respect for my belongings or my things because you felt like it was okay for you to do what the fuck you want in mine, where you pay no bills, don't pay no rent, don't buy nothing, no food, no nothing, no detergent, no nothing. And see, it's what you allow. That's why I really don't want nobody in my damn space. Let me come to your house, put my feet up on your furniture, your coffee table. Let me drink out your punch bowl, your punch jug. Let me track water all through your house after getting out of shower. It won't feel too good. So you teach people how to treat you. And you would think if a person came into a clean home, the first thing in their mind would be, ooh, I better be careful. I don't want to knock nothing over. I don't want to break nothing. I don't want to leave a mess. Oh, hell no. Thank you, baby. It's like you giving them the green light to come in on a dirt bike and just spin mud out on the walls. Whoa, it's clean in here. Let me muddy it up. She don't mind. Big girl don't mind. She'll clean it up. She likes to vacuum. She likes to mop. No, I don't. Look, let me make that clear. No, I do not. Body odors, same thing. You walk into a freshly appointed house, home, apartment, condo, trailer, whatever it is. If it don't smell like musk, stinky feet, underarms, then why the fuck are you coming in stinking? Yeah, I'm hitting a nerve today, don't care. Because somebody needs to hear it. You walked into a room smelling like Glade, flowers, perfume, and here you come smelling like a wild boar. And God forbid a woman tells you, you don't smell too good, you need to take a shower, and you got an attitude. The fuck you got an attitude for? This is my shit. This is my house. And yes, Queen is funny about odors everywhere. Let me make that clear. Very reason why I don't like going to people's houses. I don't want to sit on your furniture. Yep, I said it. I do not like sitting on public furniture nowhere. Train, bus, airplane, your house. Because things are left behind in the seat and the chairs. And I'm going to play a little game with you. And I don't think you're going to like it. And some of you are like, oh, Lord, here she go. I want you to get down on your hands and knees and smell your cushions in your house. Yeah, go right ahead. I don't think you're going to like what you smell. I have somebody saying, damn, Queen on tonight. Because I want to give you something to think about. Have you smelled your bed, your linen, Have you smelled your seat cushions of your good chair, lazy boy, sectional lately? Well, flip up the cushions and smell them. Smell your banquette, chair, bench, dining room, kitchen chairs. Just give it a good whiff. Smell your seat of your own car and the passenger seat of your car, the back seat of your SUV, truck, van. May not like what you smell. Okay. So after you have took a whiff of all these little seats belonging to you, now imagine what the seats smell like in public, where you sit your clean ass at the doctor's office, waiting room somewhere, picture show, wherever. Your clean clothes are now sitting in that funk, and you are carrying that back to your car, van, SUV, back to your house, because some of you have a habit of plumping down on your sectional living room furniture, dinette table, chairs. Queen does not. I don't sit on nothing when I come from the public. I take my shoes off, I put them in the front closet, I strip down my clothes, throw them over one of my little roller chairs, and I put on a house dress or a nightgown. I do not sit on furniture or my bed. I don't even sit on the top of my comforter. Do you know how you wear a comforter down? It's by sitting and lying on it, letting your pets get on top of it, scratching the fabric. That's how you keep your comforters and duvets from deteriorating. You don't lie on them, you don't sit on them. Either sit on your top sheet or your fitted sheet. Never sit on your comforter. Some people are like, I'll be damned. Yes, it's called preservation. I don't like body odors. And I know if I smell, I know to go wash my tail. Do you understand what I'm saying? I know to clean the toilet. Let's talk about that. Yeah, we're going to go deep in the belly of the beast. You know when you do a certain something in the toilet, you should clean it out after each use. Let me give you a little magic potion. Get you a clear water bottle, fill it up with water, a little bit of bleach, and dishwashing liquid. You do not need a heavy cleaner because guess what? Dishwashing liquid is a good degreaser, so it's perfect for the bathroom, such as your shower. Somebody does number 2 in that bathroom, flush it 2 times to where there's nothing left, no residue. Spray or pour a little bit of that mix into the toilet. Get you a clean toilet brush. Swivel it around in there, give it a good cleaning. Flush the toilet. Then go over to your tub and rinse out your toilet brush. And you can also spray it with the same solution. I don't like germs. And I think a lot of people think that they smell good and they don't. And they don't mind coming and getting in your car funky, coming in your house funky, pulling off their shoes, knowing they are known to have a foot odor, their feet sweat, and then the worst, put them stinky feet on top of your sofa or on top of your bed or under your covers. If you want to fall out with Queen, that is a good way to start. I cannot stand no funky ass feet. I don't give a damn if you're a woman, man, or child. Wash your damn feet. And that is something many people don't do in the shower. They wash everything but their feet. How can you get in the shower and don't wash your feet? That don't even make no sense. That's like getting in there and don't clean your ears. You clean every crevice God gave you. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't care if you have body fat or no fat. You clean every crevice God gave you. All of your private parts, under your arms, your legs, elbows, the crease of your elbows, the front of your knees, the back of your knees, all the way to your ankle to your foot. Now, it is sad that a 54-year-old woman would have to even say this on a live stream, but we live in a world where people are not hygienic, and I am just a stickler about my things. I don't even like sitting long on my own furniture just because I don't like a back smell. That's just me. And they don't have to smell. I just don't like my bum sitting on nothing long. You understand what I'm saying? That is just Queen. That's why I don't like going in public places, sitting on public seats. I like being out. I like to get out, but I don't like sitting in public chairs because I know people are stinky. I know people don't wipe their tail. And guess what? Not to be derogatory, you don't wipe your tail good, that smell is going to be in your undergarments and also in your britches. And guess what? Guess what? A lot of people here in the South, they don't wear underpants. Men and women. You know how many men I've seen walking around bending over and the crack of their ass is showing and they don't even got on no boxers? And I'm like, you just came outside, ain't got no damn underwear on. What in the hell is wrong with you? Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Please wear underwear. Now, if you're at home entertaining your guests, feel free to not wear any underwear. That's your business. But when you leave your house, you need to have on panties, brassiere, boxers, or men underpants. Nobody wants to smell your crotch or your bum. I think I cleared it up quite nicely. I told you all this is an all-around live. We are talking about everything. But mainly I mention this is to speak on respecting people things. Have respect when you visit people's homes. If you're going to stay for a while, just remember that is their home. If they like things a certain way, then you need to respect it or don't go back. But don't go in people's homes taking over their belongings, eating up their food, drinking up all their drinks and liquor and beer, and eating up every piece of candy in the candy dish. Oh, because it's there, you're just going to eat it all up. You know what I decided before I went live? What I will start calling these type of monsters, heathens rather, cookie monsters. That's a delicate way for me not to use profanity. Please run if you find yourself in the company of a cookie monster. This is a man who devours anything and everything in sight. That is somebody who is messy, stinky, derogatory, filthy mouth, no manners, belligerent, wayward, addict, junkie, disrespectful. He's a cookie monster. And as an adult woman, who wants a cookie monster lying beside her or being arm in arm? You want to be proud of the man you are interested in liking. And I get it. A lot of men don't know how to dress. They don't have any style, no flair. All women are different. But if you know you carry yourself to a certain caliber, you want that man to be on the same level as you. So if you like to style your hair, comb your hair, wash your hair, you wear clean clothes, nice clothes, you want the man to be the same. You are a non-smoker, then you possibly should date a non-smoker. Non-drinker, get you a non-drinker. You don't use drugs, date somebody that don't use drugs. Do you see where I'm going with this? Because usually the opposites sickly attract, but it doesn't work. I can't deal with a smoker of any kind because I know I'm going to have to clean up after your ass because you're going to be dropping stuff from here to the front door. And I don't need soot and ashes on my furniture, on the floor, on the comforter, on sheets. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because I am the one that's responsible for that, not you. You damaged, put a hole in something. I got to go buy now a new comforter, a new sheet. You're not going to give me the money. You smell up my sheets, my comforter, my bed. I got to go now and put that in the wash because you've got funky body odor. Who the fuck wants to keep washing sheets every time somebody come, get in your bed, get on your sheets? Mop the floor because your feet smell so bad, you're stinking up an entire fucking room. Got to keep buying food, groceries, snacks because you want to eat up everything, but don't buy nothing. Can't take a woman out, can't wine and dine her, take her to the movies, drive her nowhere. Oh, can't go nowhere, you ain't got no car. Can't go nowhere, you ain't got no money. Whine, cry, moan, broke, ignorant, loud, rude. Who wants the aggravation? Just to say, well, I kind of like him. He's nice on Tuesdays for a little while. That's what I have encountered since spring of this year. No count motherfuckers who don't want nothing, ain't got nothing to offer. And the one who had something earlier part of 25, he was a liar and a manipulator. He made money, good money, had a car, more than one car, had a place to live, but he was a liar. And after Mr. Professional, the few men that I met, they were just bums. Fucking bums. And I asked God, why are all these bums attracted to me? I know I could never have anything with them because they're not my type. And it's not about me being better than anyone. It's just that when you see that a person don't have no manners, they don't keep their hygiene up, they don't keep their hair cut, they don't keep their dreadlocks twisted, whatever the hell, you're not for queen. Because those are things I don't want to have to tell you to do, as if I'm scolding a child. Hey, comb your hair, wash your hair, braid your hair, get a haircut, shave, trim your beard. Why should I tell you those things? You should want to do those things because you're a man and you care about your appearance. No woman should ever have to tell a man to trim his beard, cut his hair, take a shower, take a bath, change your socks, change your shoes, wash your shoes. Who should tell another grown-up those things? Nobody. I don't want to be a man's mother. I didn't give birth to you. It's not my job. That's why I want to be evenly yoked with a man. That when he sees me, he already knows what I'm about. He doesn't even have to ask. She's nice looking. She's clean. She smells good. You're going to know it the moment you see me. So you shouldn't even think to even approach me, speak to me. You don't even keep up your own hygiene, cleanly, body, hair. Why even speak to me? Because that's what I don't understand. How a man could look at Queen knowing he has seen me time and time again, but yet would think, okay, she's going to try to talk to me knowing you didn't even come to the table correct. But I should be interested in you. I don't want a Build-A-Bear. And I've said this jokingly on the channel before, but I'm dead serious. I don't want to fix you. I don't want to tell you how to act. I don't want to tell you how to talk. I don't want to tell you you need to take a bath. I don't want to tell you you need to trim your beard, cut your mustache, trim your hair, braid your hair. I don't want to tell you none of that. That is shit you're supposed to already know. If you had a mother, father, grandmother, they're supposed to have taught you those things when you were a kid. Before you lie down tonight, buddy, get your black butt in that tub and take a bath. Why is it different? You're an adult. You don't think, oh, I just got off from work. I need to go take a shower. Why are you walking around wanting to drink first before bathing your body? You rather go get high on beer than say, you know what? Let me go take a shower, then go have a beer. You don't want to wash your hair. Make it make sense. You don't want to cut your hair. You don't want to trim a beard. And body hair, queen don't care for. Because let me tell you, and I think most of you would know this, if you are a stink pot, you're going to stink even more if you have a lot of hair on your body. Because besides your body being wet with perspiration, all that hair on your body is also wet and stinky. And you think somebody wants you lying on top of them, rubbing up against them, lying on their good sheets, stinky, funky, with a hairy body? No, I do not. What Susie May likes, I don't like. And I'm going to tell you something else that's even more interesting. A man getting into a shower, getting out, and you lie beside him and say to yourself, I don't think this motherfucker bathed. I'm being very blunt in this live. I'm giving all my pet peeves. So what did you do when you went in the shower? You just stood under the water and looked at it? Or you just have such a strong skin, it doesn't take to soak very well? Help me understand. I'm just asking. That's why I like sleeping alone. Because I don't like body odors. I don't like stinky hair. I don't like stinky feet. Don't put your stinking ass feet on me. Don't put them under my covers. Don't put them on top of the covers. Don't pull your fucking shoes off. How about that? Oh yeah, I'm funny like that. Now, I can say in my 50-something years on earth, 30-something years of dating, most of the men I've met were pretty, hygienic. There may have been a few over, in the crossroads, may not been the cleanliest. But there's no excuse for any man or woman to be walking around stinky in the company of the opposite sex. Now, there are some men, they don't mind laying around with a funky woman, vice versa. I will pass. Another thing, don't say you want to come see me knowing you have not washed your ass and just got off from work. Why would you want to go sit on someone's furniture in greasy, oily work clothes? Make that make sense. Who does that? Oh, I was wondering if I could come by. Did you go home and take a shower? Of course not. But you think it's okay to want to go in somebody's house, sit on their furniture. God forbid you want to go and sit in her bedroom in greasy clothes or your work clothes. I'm just starting to see that some of these men, they were not raised properly, or they just have said when they became an adult, they don't give a nothing. They don't care. And they think just the fact that you would even take their phone number or make light conversation, that you're head over heels. That's the very reason why months back, there was a guy who was interested in me that I spoke to you all about. The reason why I never went anywhere, because I didn't like his persona. And when I mean I disliked him from his foot to the top of his head. Didn't keep his hair clean. wouldn't go take a shower right off of getting off from work, had a smart mouth, loud. When you got on the beer, he got too crunk. Then I found out he was using other stuff. That's not my bag. It's not my bag at all. Not my type. And I remember somebody coming to me saying, he thinks I said something to you for why you won't talk to him. And I said, he knows why I don't deal with him. It has nothing to do with you. This some female had said to me. I said, he knows there's nothing he could offer me because he doesn't, one, have his life up together, even though he had a job, 2 jobs. He still didn't have shit, didn't have a car. He was living with somebody else. And as I said, persona, personality, hygiene, hair, all that, it wasn't up to par. And once I got a whiff, I was turned off, point blank. You say you washed your hair, but it still smells like mildew. I mean, come on. Yeah, I'm saying it. Because somebody probably needs to hear it. Maybe some young guy's watching and he don't really keep his hygiene up. Honey, you want to keep a woman, you need to keep your hygiene up. Because the only thing you're going to get is another stink pot. And that's even worse. 2 stinky people together. Have you ever seen that before? A stinky man and a stinky woman? Shut your mouth. Oh, I have. I remember before I moved, I went into someone's apartment briefly. And I had vowed I would never go back to their apartment because they're just, the kind of people you really didn't want to be fraternizing with. But I had went in their apartment to check on somebody else. And went in their apartment, it smelled so fucking bad. And I was in there just about ready to gag on my own saliva. And I told myself, this is exactly what I'm talking about. 2 grown adults living in an apartment, had somebody else in there, and it smelled like pure musk. Do you understand what I'm saying? Pure underarms. And I was just like, how are you all sitting in here and don't smell this funk in here? It was disgusting, especially to know that a woman lived there. How could you be a woman and don't smell this odor? Because 9 times out of 10, she was a part of the funk as well. Stay woke now. And then the person that's in there, I'm looking at them like, why are you even in here stinking with these people? So that means you care little about yourself. And then you wonder why a person don't want to deal with you because you don't give a fuck about yourself. You want to hang with any ass person. And that's another pet peeve of mine. You just hang with anybody with a pulse just so you can get you a lick of crack, weed, beer, liquor, place to stay. You don't give a fuck about yourself. And you have a lot of people like this. Hang with anybody for their own self-serving reasons. Even if it means they're homeless, they need a place to stay, they need a friend, whatever. Yeah, I'll be her friend, his friend. I know they're nasty. They don't keep a clean house. And you're right up in there. What are you saying about yourself? Because, everybody's always telling people, give people a chance, give people a chance. Yeah, but why should I have to sell my soul to the devil to give somebody a chance? Hell no. I'm not trying to build a bear. I don't want to build a bear. I don't want nothing I got to piece together. Let me make that clear. And no woman should. I don't want to tell you how to dress, how you should look, comb your hair, clean your hair, trim your hair. I don't want to be that person to tell you that. Hey, you don't smell too good. Hey, you need to brush your teeth. Those are things I don't want to tell no man. Hey, you need to go out here, get a job, save some money, get a car. Why should I have to tell a grown man that? Now, we know men will pick up a woman and won't care what she got going on. She could be a streetwalker, crackhead, no hair. He don't care. Have you ever noticed that? People who are on drugs, they can get a place to stay versus a person who has a whole damn job. Make it make sense. People will take in a drug addict before they take in a person with a whole job. That's what I witnessed where I used to live. Just vagrancy. People who had no direction, no life, no love, no empathy, always acting like they cared, but they were selfish and self-entitled. And they were men and they were women. And to me, they're just bums, in my opinion. And you meet them everywhere. And sometimes they even wear shiny suits and shiny shoes and carry briefcases. Because a bum comes in all forms. Let me make that clear. Drug addicts, drunks, they wear shiny suits, shiny shoes. Liars, thieves, manipulators, shiny suits, Gucci bags, it's all the same. They're all cookie monsters, willing to devour you up at all costs. And that's the world we live in. Self-centered, self-loathing, unhappy, bitter, miserable humans who are willing to take you down into the abyss at all costs. I'm praying for a better year, new year, God willing. I'm praying that I'll get in a better company of people who are of a like mind, such as myself. They have goals, they have direction. They're not trying to manipulate me, con me out of anything, use me. They have their own life, their own home, their own car, their own money. They don't need me to be a maid, a chauffeur, an ATM, a liquor store, grocery store, a shelter, rehab. They are self-sufficient. That's what I'm looking for. A grown-ass man. And at this point, I don't even think I care about the race because life is short. I would love to date a black man who is self-reliant, self-sufficient, but I live in a demographic that's predominantly white. So it's very limited as far as trying to date a black man here in this region because most of the men are taken and they also are out here philandering with others. So if you meet a black man as a black woman here in Knoxville, more than likely you'll be sharing him with another black woman or white woman. It is what it is. That's my commentary, everybody. Take the polls on my community page pertaining to dating a man with a woman, dating a homeless man, dating a man without a car, dating a man without an apartment, dating a man that couch surfs. What would you do if you get an STD from your husband? Would you confront him? Would you not say anything? Would you go off, pop off, break the law? Would you leave him? Would you stay? Those are the questions I posed during this live stream. I thank you for your time. Thank you for following this network. Hit that like button, subscribe, and know that you are welcome anytime that I'm on StreamYard. You can hit the link and join me. And also, feel free to donate to the network. 1 second, everybody. Let's see. I was looking to see who sent me something. Well, tomorrow's going to be warm. Ain't that nice? 68 degrees. Tennessee has some weird weather. If you've ever been here, you don't know what season you're getting here, honey. All right, everybody. Make sure you hit that like button. Follow me on the news breakout. Same type of commentary, just more posts than videos. Because there's something wrong with that app over there as far as the camera working properly. It shows a dark tint. So I just put posts up pertaining to breaking news. But you can feel free to subscribe, follow. Whenever I comment under an article, you will get a notification to let you know what the Vault Excel has said under a current article. 1 second. Just put in my information in here. I know some people are gonna be like, oh my gosh, what is with all these questions on here? You know, somebody always asks, why do you ask these questions? Because I want to. If you'd like to donate to this great network, it's in the chat. $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. If you'd like to donate or give a Christmas gift, thank you so much. If you also want to follow me on Instagram, BigSexy.71. Instagram, Princess Pixie. Now, why are you coming here so late? Where have you been? STD. Your husband gives you an STD. Do you confront him? Do you stay? Do you leave? That's the topic of this live stream. And so many other questions. He has a home, no car. Do you date him? 13% yes, 56% no, 31% not sure. 18 people voted yes. You would confront your husband if he gave you an STD. Is it right to pursue a man who has a woman? 8% yes, 92% no, 13 votes. Would you date a man who slept from place to place, living with a man or a woman, but he had no job or he has a job? He's a couch surfer. 12 people voted. 92% no, 8% yes. Wow. Once again, would you date a man who has a woman? 95% of you said no. 5% of you said you're not sure. 21 votes. Wow, wow, wow. That's something. Okay. 95% of you said you would not date a man who has a woman. Would you date a man who sleeps in his car, but he has a job? 13% yes, 81% no, 6% not sure, 16 votes. Would you date a man who doesn't even have a job? 11% yes, 89% no, 18 votes. And what would you do if your husband gave you an STD? 15 women voted. 93% of you said you would leave, and 7% of you said you would stay. That's my commentary, everybody. Thank you so much for following the network. Merry Christmas. I'll come back tomorrow with more stimulating content, commentary, find something juicy to talk about for tomorrow. And yes, sadly, Melody Broussard has been found deceased in the state of Utah, and her mother, Ashley, is in custody. She was arrested. Amen. God is good. That's the latest updates pertaining to the disappearance of this young girl. Her remains were found. DNA tested confirms Ashley's the mother, and that was her child out there in Utah. Lord have mercy. God help us all. If you need updates to breaking news, check my community page. I have updates to stories, different commentary, and also I've commented and talked about the Reiner case during my earlier live. If you want to get my commentary on that video was about Miley Cyrus, but I branched off and talked about the Reiner case as well during that Miley Cyrus live. A woman is claiming that she is the biological mother. Billy Ray is telling her to take a hike, stop harassing his family. Her judgment is $7,000+ for attorney fees for wasting his time. I wouldn't have even showed up in court. I wouldn't waste attorney fees on nothing. Because I'll be like, I don't got time for this. I would have went in court on my own. I wouldn't hire a lawyer to go stand in court. I know that's my child, and I know who the mother is. Why do I need an attorney to stand in court? No, I'd have represented myself. Uh, Your Honor, this lady has had frivolous lawsuits over the years. They've all been thrown out. She's wasted my time. I'll sue her for defamation and harassment. I want to end to this. And that's exactly what happened. The judge threw out the case, and now she has to pay Billy Ray's attorney fees. That's all, folks. Merry Christmas. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you for your time. You have been listening to The Vault Excel.